So the Defenders is just around the corner, or already here depending on when you see this. But it's close regardless. This is the culmination of all the Marvel Netflix series in the same way that the Avengers was for the films. If you've already seen any of these series leading up to this already, then you know that these don't exactly appeal to the wider demographics that the films do. These are far more gritty and more ground level. But is this going to be any good? Hopefully so, as these shows have been generally alright, ranging from okay to great. Oh, and fair warning, spoiler alert for Iron Fist, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and both seasons of Daredevil. So the aim of this video really is to have a look at the show, what I hope it's going to achieve, cue you up to the characters, remind you of what's happened over the past seasons leading up to them coming together on August 17th, and have a look at where the universe is going after this team-up. First of all, let it be known and sung from the rooftops that it is an 8-episode series, and it's been reported that it allegedly takes place over the course of 48 hours. However, take that with a grain of salt, as I vaguely remember reading that somewhere. It might have been a rumour, I don't know, I was really tired when I slapped this all together. Even if it is true, however, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Combined with the 8-episode arc, as opposed to the already established 13-episode structure, I feel that the characters need a bit more time to develop and bond with one another.
I'm glad we found each other. I'm not hugging you.
That being said, I would much prefer a solid 8 episodes than a drawn-out 13, because I do feel that these shows are a bit stop-start, especially towards the tail end where they usually wrap up and then have to wrap up again, the most evident of which are Luke Cage and Iron Fist. I would really like to see Luke Cage and Danny Rand become like best friends like they are in the comics. There's a fair bit of animosity between them in the trailers so far. On top of that, not much interaction, but there are a couple of throwaway lines here and there which do allude to their kind of bond, which I'm really looking forward to seeing.
You keep on telling yourself that.
Even though it's been reported that The Defenders is a one-off show, which could change if it's received well. But even if it isn't, we would have seen these characters actually interact and not just have Rosario Dawson offhandedly mention her friend in Hell's Kitchen or her boyfriend in prison who has bullet holes in his t-shirt.
A friend of mine left it here.
Is your friend okay?
This opens up scope for characters to potentially appear in each other's shows or even combine them entirely. You could potentially have Luke Cage and Iron Fist team up, even if it's just for an episode in one of their sequel series, which could be a backdoor pilot for a potential Heroes for Hire show, as both of their shows are considered the weakest entries in the universe. I don't entirely hate them, but I would agree that they are certainly the most flawed, so this could potentially be an interesting and fun idea.
Danny, light it up.
Daredevil, on the other hand, has been kicking about for the longest out of all of these, and it seems he's ready to pack it all in at the beginning of The Defenders, after warning, spoiler alert, like properly, after Elektra was murdered and he's confessed his darkest secret to the woman he loves.
At the end of the second season of Daredevil, Matt is kind of lost. He's given up being this superhero.
Matthew, this other life you led, is your heart still with it?
It seems that when we meet him at the beginning of this season, he's a bit sick of everything.
Are those pork? No, that's shrimp. Oh, this guy's got pork.
God, you're weird.
Jessica Jones is still banging about, drinking hard, harassing people, doing her private detecting and whatnot.
Shit.
It would be interesting to see how her life has unfolded after snapping David Tennant's neck.
Smile.
And it's just been confirmed that David Tennant will return as Kilgrave. I have a few theories as to how they could bring him back, but that's for another time. But it's been 2 years since we've seen her, so it's a welcome return for such a strong character. Luke Cage is pretty much on board for the hero gig, and it seems he'll be out of prison pretty sharpish as his mate from the barbershop found the evidence that proves his innocence. I do feel, however, that they only put him in prison at the end of his season so he didn't run into Iron Fist in his show when he meets Claire Temple.
Who are you? Who are you? How come you can't be hurt?
What's the deal with that fist?
I'm the immortal Iron Fist.
You what?
You're on the same side.
But it is finally nice to see these two on screen together, and hopefully Cage can instill some maturity into Danny Rand's character. As it has been said that the show will mature Iron Fist in a way, and his naivete was charming and fun for a little bit, and then it quickly turned into a detriment.
Hi, I'm Danny Rand. I've been away a long time.
Let's go, you don't belong here.
I'm Danny Rand.
And it's good we're seeing a lot of Danny using the actual Iron Fist, not just the Marvel equivalent of the singing frog.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. Send me a kiss by wire. Baby, my heart's on fire.
Danny, now. We're out of time.
After Kunlun's disappearance and his failure to protect it, that would kick you up a little. And from what it seems, they're doing just that. But it's nice to see his positive idealism bounce off Jessica Jones's stone-cold cynicism, or realism depending on how you look at it.
It's cheap.
It's not.
Sigourney Weaver's character is yet to be officially revealed as to who she is, but hopefully she's not just some corrupt politician or businesswoman, as we've seen the majority of that in the other series. But it does seem that she has some sort of plan in relation to the Hand, with the resurrection of Elektra and Styx's involvement, and the fact that she's depicted very closely with Madame Gao. So this show is looking to be shaping up quite nicely, and I for one am really excited about it, and looking forward to seeing all these characters team up for the first time in a live action capacity. One more character that seems to be missing from the majority of the promotional material, but is all but confirmed to appear, is Jon Bernthal's The Punisher,
Looks like I got here just in time.
whose show will debut in November of this year. His appearance has been heavily rumoured, and it will be interesting to see him appear, perhaps towards the tail end of the show, before his own show debuts and after his extremely memorable introduction in Daredevil Season 2. So looking past the Defenders, the new seasons of the show are already in development. Jessica Jones Season 2 is filming at the moment, however there aren't too many details as to where she is after the Defenders. All we really know is that Rachel Taylor's Trish Walker will be stepping up to be more in line with her comic counterpart Hellcat. There has been no confirmation as to which villain we'll be seeing her go up against, but it's relatively safe to say that Will Travel will be reprising his role as Nuke. Probably not with the face tattoo, but here's hoping. As mentioned before, it has been confirmed that David Tennant will return as Kilgrave in Season 2, but it's still uncertain in what capacity he'll return. I might do a video on that soon. Filming for Luke Cage's second season is well underway and should be arriving in early 2018, with at least one episode directed by Elementary's Lucy Liu, and perhaps she will also play a part in the season. Daredevil Season 3 and Iron Fist Season 2 are both scheduled to start filming later this year. Charlie Cox shared his hopes that Black Widow might appear. This seems very unlikely, but it might be a fun little nod to their intimate relationship in the comics. And this season of Daredevil might finally feature Bullseye, who has been referenced since the first season of Daredevil. Ideally, I'd like to see Jason Statham take on the role, but we can't have everything now, can we?
Any guy can do it. I have no ambition. I mean, I could take my grandma and put her in a cape, and they'll put her on a green screen, and they'll have stunt doubles come in and do all the action. Anybody can do it.
Iron Fist's second season will hopefully up the mysticism, delve into his failure to protect Kunlun, and his broken friendship with Davos. Maybe even bring back Bakuto as a secondary villain, but it seems like this might be the case in the Defenders instead, as he is seen fighting Colleen Wing in the trailer. So all in all, the Defenders is just around the corner, and that's all you really need to know about what's going on beforehand and what might happen afterwards. Is there anything in particular you'd like to see the Netflix branch of the Marvel Universe do or introduce on its way forward? Comment them below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And yes, I know I've not done for a video in a while, but I'm back. Thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.
It's been a long week.